Caitlin Clark has had enough. Reports say she told the Indiana Fever to build a strong team by 2026 or she's leaving. She's tired of losing, tired of carrying the weight alone. Caitlin wants stars beside her, not excuses. The message is simple: build a winning team or I'm gone. From the moment Caitlin Clark stepped into the WNBA, everything changed. She wasn't just another rookie, she was the face of a new era. After breaking records at Iowa and lighting up every arena she entered, fans believed she'd bring that same magic to the Indiana Fever. And for a while, she did. Ticket sales exploded, TV ratings hit all-time highs, and every game felt like an event. But with that fame came massive pressure. Everyone expected instant wins, instant chemistry, and instant success, something no rookie can pull off alone. Clark's arrival made the Fever relevant again, but it also exposed how far the team still had to go. One superstar can sell out arenas, but she can't carry a franchise by herself. The Fever's roster had talent Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Alyssa Smith, yet something was missing. The depth, the balance, the experience needed to compete with giants like the Aces and the Liberty just wasn't there, and fans started to notice it too. But what Clark noticed most was that she couldn't keep doing it alone. Indiana had pieces: Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Alyssa Smith, all talented players in their own right. But the chemistry never clicked the way fans imagined. On paper, it looked promising. On the court, it often looked like Caitlin was fighting alone. Defenses trapped her early, forced her into tough shots, and every mistake turned into a headline. The bench rotation was thin, and key moments showed how much the team lacked reliable veterans who could close games or take pressure off her shoulders. Behind the scenes, frustration started to build. Fans began to question the GM's vision. Analysts wondered why the Fever weren't being more aggressive in trades or free agency. Even Clark's body language hinted that patience was running out. She wanted progress, not promises. And when those whispers of an ultimatum began to circulate, build a real team, or she's gone, it didn't sound like an empty threat. It sounded like a warning. The breaking point came when injuries hit. After a long stretch of physical battles and nonstop minutes, Clark suffered a series of minor but nagging injuries: a groin pull here, a quad strain there, and eventually had to sit out. For a player known for her durability and drive, it was a reality check. Her body was giving out faster than her competitive fire. And that's when people close to the team started to notice a shift. Caitlin wasn't just frustrated with losing, she was worried about her future. In her mind, she had done everything right. She trained harder than anyone, pushed through pain, showed leadership, and carried a young roster night after night. Yet, she was still ending seasons without a real shot at the championship. If the Fever couldn't protect her physically and professionally, then what was the point of staying? That's when talk of 2026 began. And according to insiders, Clark wants the front office to treat it as the deadline, the year Indiana either rises or loses her. Reports say Clark has quietly sent a message to the organization she won't wait forever. By 2026, she wants a super team around her. Not just role players, stars, competitors. Proven winners who can help her chase rings, not rebuilds. Now, let's be clear. She hasn't gone on record demanding a trade. But insiders say there's a growing sense of urgency behind closed doors. She wants to win, and she wants to win now, one source told a local paper. If the Fever can't match her ambition, she'll find someone who can. The speculation isn't hard to believe. Clark has already become one of the most marketable athletes in the country: endorsement deals, massive ratings, and a growing influence beyond the court. She's not just playing basketball anymore, she's building a legacy. And if that legacy can't grow in Indiana, she has options. The ball is now in the Fever's court, literally and figuratively. So when people say Caitlin Clark wants a super team, what does that actually mean? It's not just about stacking big names for headlines. It's about surrounding her with players who match her mindset. Winners who can play under pressure, handle the spotlight, and protect her when things get physical on the court. Right now, Clark's doing everything. She's scoring, facilitating, and carrying the emotional weight of a franchise that's still learning how to win. Every game, she's double-teamed, hacked, and targeted, yet she still shows up and drops 25 points. But even legends need help. A real super team would balance her brilliance. Think of what Curry had with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, or what Aja Wilson has in Vegas with Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum. Clark needs that same kind of structure, not because she's weak, but because her potential is too valuable to waste in another rebuild. Reports from multiple WNBA insiders suggest that Clark and her management want the Fever to use the 2025 offseason to make serious moves veterans with championship experience, shooters who can stretch the floor, and a defensive anchor who can take pressure off her. There's also a marketing side to all this. Clark has become the face of women's basketball, a walking ratings magnet. Brands, broadcasters, and sponsors want her playing in late-season thrillers, not meaningless regular season games. If Indiana can build a legitimate title contender, not only does she stay, but the entire WNBA wins. However, creating a super team in the WNBA isn't simple. The league's salary cap system is strict, trades are rare, and players' loyalty often runs deep. That's why this feels like a test for Fever management. Do they play it safe, or do they gamble everything to keep the biggest star the league has seen in a decade? And let's not forget, Clark's camp has leverage. Her popularity gives her power that few athletes ever hold this early in their careers. Her jersey outsells entire teams, her games boost ESPN's ratings by 200%, and her name trends after every highlight. The Fever know this, the league knows this, everyone does. If Indiana doesn't act, someone else will. Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, all potential landing spots waiting for a superstar to take them to the next level. That's why this super team talk isn't just a demand, it's a warning flare, fired straight at the front office. Because if the Fever don't build around Caitlin Clark, someone else will build for her. The countdown has officially begun. The Fever have less than a year and a half to prove to Caitlin Clark that Indianapolis is the right home for her legacy. And in sports, that's not much time. The 2025 offseason will decide everything. Management has to navigate free agency, make tough contract calls, and possibly trade away fan favorites to bring in the kind of talent Clark's looking for. That means no more potential projects, it means results. But here's where it gets complicated. Caitlin's current deal gives her leverage without outright control. The Fever still own her contract, but stars today don't need to demand trades to make their message clear. A few carefully chosen words to the media, or even a subtle shift in tone, and suddenly every journalist is writing about her future. Fans have already seen this movie before, from LeBron James in Cleveland to Breanna Stewart's departure from Seattle. When a generational player hints at leaving, smart teams listen. The Fever can't afford to test her patience, and you can feel that tension building. Social media is full of fan edits showing Clark in other uniforms, the Sparks, the Sky, even the Liberty with captions like, "Imagine the chaos." Analysts are predicting off-season fireworks. Every little rumor now has weight. Inside the Fever front office, sources say the urgency is real. The GM knows this isn't just about basketball, it's about keeping a once-in-a-generation brand inside Indiana. They can't risk being remembered as the team that lost Caitlin Clark because they didn't dream big enough. If they act fast, this could become a dynasty. Imagine Clark surrounded by veteran scorers, a stable coaching staff, and a deep bench. Suddenly, the Fever go from rebuilding to contenders in one season. But if they fail, they'll not only lose Clark, they'll lose everything that came with her. The ratings, the sellouts, the national spotlight. And that's the nightmare scenario, because no team survives being known as the franchise that let greatness walk out the door. As the rumors swirl, everyone has an opinion, and they're not shy about sharing it. ESPN analyst Rebecca Lobo said it best. You don't get players like Caitlin Clark twice. You either build around her now or regret it forever. Sue Bird, one of the most respected voices in the game, echoed the same thought during a panel discussion. If a player like Caitlin tells you what she needs to win, you listen, period. And it's not just the veterans speaking out. Younger stars like Sabrina Ionescu and Kelsey Plum have thrown subtle support behind Clark, liking posts or commenting with emojis that fans instantly dissect. It's a conversation that's stretching far beyond Indiana because it touches on something bigger, player power. For decades, WNBA players didn't have this kind of leverage, but Caitlin's fame changed that. She's the first rookie in league history whose opinion can shake an entire organization, and that's making some executives nervous. Fans are just as divided. Some call her confident and ambitious, the fire the Fever needed. Others think she's being impatient, arguing that greatness takes time. But even her critics admit one thing: Caitlin Clark has the leverage to demand more because she earned it. On social media, Fever fans are pleading with the front office, don't waste her prime. Memes and hashtags like #KeepCaitlin and #BillForClark are trending after every loss. Meanwhile, rivals are watching with hungry eyes. Imagine the marketing storm if Clark ever became available. Teams in major markets would throw everything at her. The WNBA's balance of power could shift overnight. Even insiders admit, off the record, that league executives want her to stay in Indiana not just for loyalty, but for narrative balance. They know that if she moves to a glamour city too soon, it could tilt the sport's image toward big market bias. Still, nobody can stop a star from choosing her destiny. And that's the beauty of it. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the Fever, she's changing the game itself. She's rewriting what it means to be a WNBA superstar in the modern era. Now, with 2026 looming, one question hangs over everything. Will the Indiana Fever rise to her challenge, or will they crumble under it? Because when a generational talent says, "Build me a super team," it's not arrogance, it's ambition, it's hunger. And if Indiana can't match that hunger soon, the rest of the league will gladly take their chance.